Apple has started assembling the iPhone SE 2020 in India via its manufacturing partner Winstron. This will allow the tech giant to avoid a hefty 20% tax levied on smartphones imported into the country and possibly a reduced cost for Apple's latest smartphone. The iPhone SE 2020, which packs a 12-megapixel single-rear camera setup and Apple's A13 Bionic chip, was launched earlier in April at a starting price of 42,500 rupees for the 64GB storage model. And when normalized to the US dollar, it translates to around $558, that is $159 higher than the $399 retail price in the US market. Apple hasn't provided any details about when it would start selling locally manufactured iPhone SE 2020 units in India. Apple may reportedly discontinue some of its older models shortly after announcing the iPhone 12 series in October. According to iApple Times, the California-based tech giant will abandon two of its existing models, the iPhone XR and the iPhone 11 Pro series. Apple may cite the availability of a more powerful iPhone SE 2020 as a reason to axe the iPhone XR. To recall, the company had taken a similar decision last year when the iPhone 11 series was launched and discontinued the iPhone XS and the iPhone XS Max.
After reports said Apple's next-generation iPhone 12 Pro models may not be receiving a 120Hz refresh rate as evidenced by iOS 14 Beta 1, the latest Beta 5 update seems to point to a high refresh rate being present after all. It reportedly gets an option that lets iPhone 11 Pro users limit the frame rate to 60Hz, suggesting a higher refresh rate on the next-gen models since current iPhone 11 Pro screens are capped at a 60Hz refresh rate. Apple is expected to use its ProMotion display technology that it introduced with the latest generation iPad Pro models on its iPhone 12 Pro devices. In a statement to The Verge, Microsoft has backed Fortnite maker Epic Games in its attempt to prevent Apple from blocking access to developer tools. Microsoft's statement of support for Epic highlights that Epic's Unreal Engine was critical technology for the gaming industry, and losing access to it on Apple devices would be a hindrance to Microsoft and other game developers, causing them to either restart development, drop support for Apple devices, or cancel games entirely. Motorola has launched a new smartphone in India, the Moto G9. It features a 6.5-inch HD Plus Max Vision TFT display and a Snapdragon 662 chipset coupled with 4GB LPDDR4 RAM and 64GB of onboard storage. There's a 48-megapixel triple rear camera setup that supports RAW photography, an 8-megapixel selfie camera, and a 5000 mAh battery with 20-watt fast charging. The Moto G9 costs 11,499 rupees and will go on sale via Flipkart from August 31st. OnePlus's mid-range smartphone, the Nord, is getting a new Oxygen OS update that brings fixes for the system, camera, and charging speed, among other features. The Oxygen OS 10.5.5 update fixes the freeze issue with the media volume adjustment interface, system reboot issue with the freeform mode, and the bug that made OnePlus notes always run in the background. The changelog also improves image clarity with the macro mode and also when shooting in low light using the front camera. The update is now rolling out to OnePlus Nord owners in India and other regions. Online tipsters have predicted that Chinese smartphone maker OnePlus is planning to launch yet another affordable device in 2020, sometime by the end of September. The new smartphone is expected to be priced at around 16,000 to 18,000 rupees in India, significantly cheaper than the recently launched OnePlus Nord mid-range device. Tipsters predict it will run on either the Snapdragon 662 or 665 SoC. It's worth noting that OnePlus has previously confirmed that Nord-like affordable smartphones will be launched in the future.
It was no ordinary convocation. Well, we are living in extraordinary times. IIT Bombay held its 58th convocation on Sunday in virtual reality mode. Students couldn't be present physically due to the coronavirus pandemic, but they were seen with the guests in their digital avatars on a virtual stage. This for the first time in the Institute's 62-year history that they gave away medals, awards and degrees to the virtual avatars of the students on the day of convocation. A video shared by PIB Maharashtra showed the digital avatar of a student being awarded President of India's Medal for 2020.
Electric car maker Tesla has reportedly thwarted a mod for the Tesla Model 3 that unlocks features like an extra 50 HP and drive mode. The latest software update for the vehicle is able to recognize the Nginx mod and displays an incompatible vehicle modification detected warning. The features usually cost thousands of dollars to unlock through Tesla, owing to the popularity of the mod. Nginx is reportedly planning to offer a solution that will work around the update and allow the mod to run on Tesla vehicles unimpeded. Realme's new entry-level smartphone, the Realme C12, has gone on sale in India for 8,999 rupees via Flipkart and Realme.com. It features a 6.5-inch IPS LCD HD Plus display with a water drop notch and MediaTek Helio G35 chipset paired with 3GB RAM and 32GB storage. There's a 13-megapixel triple rear camera setup, a 5-megapixel selfie camera, and a gigantic 6000 mAh battery that supports reverse charging via a micro USB cable.